Welcome. Welcome to another day, another morning of just being right here. Feel in your body as you're settling. You might still be, kind of getting settled. I just want to make sure I'm able to connect to chat. Okay, that's okay. Feel feel the sense of like just this, just right now. This is where I am. This is where my body is. This is where my attention can rest, even if it flirts around with everything else, of course. And then let it just come back. It can be really simple, over and over. Oh, right. Okay. No, just right here. I'm here, just this. So, that might be something to work with even over the weekend. So this morning, we are going to try a practice that is about feeling into the experience that you're having in your body. So I'll take a moment to describe it, and then we're just actually going to kind of get into it and weave that into the sitting time or the quiet time. And this can seem maybe a little esoteric, but let it really be somatic. Let it be really felt and experiential. Let's just see how it goes. So you can let your eyes close or they can be open, and just kind of let yourself go into the feeling of being you right now. Yesterday we were exploring the mental aspect, the emotional aspect, and the physical, like kind of symptomatic or sensation aspect. And so this morning it might be any of those that are really coming forward. It might start as a mental, like, oh, that's really strong, or an emotional, oh, that's really strong. Or it might go right into the body. But whatever it is, just let yourself scan. Let yourself scan your experience. Like, what is coming forward? And knowing that there's a broad spectrum of things, there actually might be some kind of pleasant or neutral, and then there might be some things that are a little more challenging. And as we begin this, actually invite that slightly more challenging aspect to come forward and be felt. We're inviting it. And if there's some resistance to that, of course, because there can be a lot of intensity there, maybe it's not the loudest. Maybe it's like, okay, I need to take 3 steps back and find something that's a little softer that I can be with. So in that range of challenge, but something that you can sit with for a few minutes. And as you're feeling into that, maybe you've identified something, maybe you haven't. If it is something in your body, stay with it. Just gently let your attention be there. If it is something mental or emotional, if it's like, oh, the swirling, or oh, this like anxiety, this kind of fear that I have. So with those, get really curious. Okay, so that is a feeling, that is a thought. Where is that living in my body? Where is that living in your body? Let a place in your body come forward. Let an area of your body come forward where that experience is living, and then see if you can be with it, can stay there. So if nothing is coming forward or it feels like too much, I can't do this morning, I don't want to do this right now, totally okay. Totally okay. So skip it and simply enjoy the feeling of not being alone in this moment, in this sharing of time. Even if you're watching this later, just the feeling of, I'm not alone in this. So at any time you can go there. You can go back to the practices that we've practiced in the prior videos, of course, meditation or the patting, rubbing, or squeezing, anything regulating. If you have your attention resting on an area of the body that is holding where some of the emotion or mental or just energy, pure energy, is accumulated and it has created an experience. Just a few more moments of gently, lovingly, non-judgmentally being with that part of your body. Just breathing, noticing that area. What do you notice about that area, that sensation? And then if you could find a couple of words to describe what's happening in that part of the body, how would you describe the sensation there? What words would you use? Is it dense or tingly or numb? Anything at all? Like, how would you describe the qualities of that area? Now, what would be the opposite of those qualities? What's the opposite of dense for you? Or what's the opposite of like tingly and prickly and ouch? What's the opposite of numb? And it might be one word or it might be several words again. What's the opposite of that area? And again, if you're like, this just feels like too much work this morning, let it go and just be held here. I'm holding you here, holding this space. We're holding this togetherness together. If you have found like, okay, I was able to be with this area, I was able to describe it with a couple of words, I was able to come up with this opposite idea. What would be opposite of that? Now, go back into your body, get curious again. Where in your body is there a different area that holds those opposite qualities? It might be your pinky toe. It might be your earlobe. But somewhere in your body, is there a place that you can experience those opposite qualities? And then let your attention go to that area and rest in those qualities. And if the mind is busy, just settle back into what you're sitting on, what you're lying on, where you are. Let your weight get a little heavy. Let your shoulders go. Let your face soften. Don't try so hard. Just notice, just be curious. And if your attention has found, if this opposite area has revealed itself, just rest there. Maybe there's even some enjoyment of these opposite qualities. Notice what's happened to your breath, to the feeling of being right where you are. So if you have found this opposite area and it feels like a resource, it feels regulating to stay there, you can stay there. Another option is to now invite your attention to oscillate back and forth very slowly, again, lovingly, gently, between the original area, the more challenging area, and then this more neutral or maybe even pleasant area. So just sliding your attention from one to the other. And in your own time, back and forth. Keeping the breath smooth and easy and completely spontaneous. If a deeper breath wants to come through, it will. If there was a sense of resource or relief when you were in the more neutral or pleasant area, can any hint of that, can that fortify you as you go back? Can that stay with you as you go back into that more challenging area? Back and forth. And then the final experiment here, is it possible to hold both simultaneously? like you're holding a cool stone and a warm stone in either hand. You're holding them both. And it can be hard for the attention to kind of be both places, but it's just that we're letting both exist. And if that doesn't feel possible, you can go back to the resource area or you can let it all go. Just enjoy the being here, just this. I'm here, of course. Feeling the soft touches of your breath. Feeling the steadiness of whatever is holding you in your seat or in your posture and you're lying down. And we'll take the remaining time together in quiet, and you might find like, okay, I can be with both of these things, or you might find that your attention wants to shift, maybe um, resting on something else, on sound or on your breath or on the feeling of where you're touching the ground. Something more simple, maybe a little less activating, if you're finding anything about this activating. Wherever there is spaciousness right now, let yourself be. So letting your attention come back to the surface and back into the room slowly. And, as you are having that kind of reemergence, just noticing your state, your feeling state, your mental state, and just touch in with that challenging area and notice what's happening there, what the feeling is like there now. And it doesn't have to be fixed. That's not what we were trying to do. It doesn't have to be like all better. Just notice what it is. Just curious. And if the eyes are closed, they can open. I'm so curious how that was for you. That's been a really powerful practice for me. Very concrete example, when I broke my arm, and visually it wasn't good. Like, it was all in the skin, which was a blessing, but it was kind of disfigured. So that was really creepy and awful. And then the pain was just, kind of out of this world. And so the thing that got me to the ER was focusing on my legs. I was like, okay, where does it not hurt? Where is it actually really okay? I'm totally fine. My legs are totally fine. And so that attention, really holding my attention on my legs, made it, I mean, I would have gotten there anyway, but it really made it so much more livable, doable, tolerable. So this can be a great practice for any kind of physical pain. And of course, emotional pain eventually manifests as physical pain. So that's why we went from, like, even if it's a head thing or, a really contracted emotion, at some point it's, is it landing in your body? Where is it in your body? Where are you associating with it in your body? So then you can move into this practice of, okay, so what is it? And then what might its opposite be, and where might that be? I'd love to hear how that was for you. I don't know if the chat is like broken. It says it's disabled or unable or something, so I don't know what's going on. But you could send me an email, michelle@itsallyoga.com. So it's the weekend, and now you have the opportunity to go back and watch any of the prayer videos. I will see you on Monday. I am teaching a yoga class on Sunday for Ritual. And now it's so great because anybody can take the class. You don't have to live here. So I think if you go on their website, Ritual Yoga Sacramento, I should know it. I think that's it. Class Sunday morning at 9. And I'm thinking, I've had some requests to do some live Zoom classes. So I might start those next week. Would love to see you there. It's going to be sort of like this, just a regulation station. So be well, my friends. Just know that doing this for yourself it's supporting such deep inner health. And stay connected, move a little bit, be still a little bit, and take really, really good care of yourself. Sending so much love.